Hello and welcome to my country garden. Those of you that saw my previous video will know that I have been busy clearing space for a new polytunnel. Well, this week that polytunnel was delivered and installed. So the polytunnel is from First Tunnels and they did the installation for me, so it was really nice and easy. I cleared as much of the space as I could have for them, and they came along exactly at the time they said they were going to do. A lovely bunch of guys, and got the tunnel built in no time. So I've got some footage of that I'll insert now, but suffice to say, they came, they put the tunnel up, and I am over the moon with it. The guys have been here for an hour so far, and they've already cleared more of the space, put in the footings, put up the frame, and are now working on the frame. I obviously can't measure, so they had to move quite a lot of stuff to actually fit the polytunnel in. And as you can see here, my archway is actually leading now straight into the side of the polytunnel. So I'm going to have to do a bit of remodelling, but that's okay. I don't mind that. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But the guys are fantastic. They're working wonders. And look at this. Absolutely great.
Just where it was needed, gleaming black as night, cloistered in injustice, dead in the eye of time. Nobody is losing, faces merge and change, but your face remains the same.
So here it is. Can't wait to show you it and show you how we've kitted it out so that it's going to be a brilliant growing space. The great thing about a polytunnel is, of course, it can be raining outside, as it is, but we can carry on working inside, so it's fantastic. Oops, I got you, Linda, but it's okay. It was just your back. Linda is my absolutely more than able assistant, absolutely. This is a bed that's going to run the full length of the polytunnel, all 15 feet. So it's going to be 2 decking boards high and about half a decking board wide. So you can see it's going to be quite a beast when it's done. I've got plenty of compost to fill it up with though, so that's fine. That's the bed constructed. Whee! So, all 15 feet by maybe 4 feet. Fantastic. Next step, I'm going to put cardboard down, and then I'm going to fill it up with all the compost that I've been storing. And I should have plenty actually. I mean, it's going to take some amount, but I should have plenty to fill this up. So the bed's finished, or at least the structure of the bed's finished. It's fantastic. I look a state, look at the colour off me, because it's wet outside, but I am so happy. This is going to give me a huge growing area at this side, and there's also space at the other side for stuff as well, so I couldn't be happier. Although Linda, who's doing the videoing at the moment, who is staying on for another few hours, even although I've said that the next job is to fill this up with compost. So we're going to stop and have a break, and then we're going to get this filled with compost. And I actually have a few little plants that I can pop in here that have been languishing in some cell trays. So yeah, this is the new look for the polytunnel build. But I couldn't be happier. Okay, let me show you what I've done to the place. So here we have the 15 feet by 4 feet bed that's edged with decking boards, and I put the compost that I dug out of the compost bays before I moved them or demolished them, and that's in here now. I could probably, well, I will top this up a bit more before growing in the spring, but for now it should be fine. And you can see I've already got in some bunches of spring onions. Don't know what they'll do. They'll probably, well, I'd like to think they grow a teeny tiny bit before proper winter sets in, and then they'll just sort of over winter in here and then spring back into life in the spring. And I've got some chard actually here that are going spare, so I'm just going to pop them in as well. So decking boards used for this all the way down this side for a bed. I then set up a staging, and this is 2x1 battens, and they're 2.4 meters in length, so I didn't put it all the way along the other side of the polytunnel. Potentially I'm going to put in a bed here, a raised bed here, and maybe at the other end as well, or maybe just at one end, we'll see. But I've just got some bits and bobs in here right now. I also, for the staging, I put just a little batten just around 3 of the edges, just so that things didn't accidentally fall off, particularly falling off the back and banging into the plastic of the polytunnel there. The staging is sitting on these special staging supports. I've actually got 4 staging supports. There's one there, and then one at either end, in case you wanted the staging to go all the way along. And you can see this can be moved in and out. They can actually be moved up and down as well, but I'm not using them at the minute. I don't know whether I'll keep them on or take them off, we'll see. But the staging is really sturdy, and this is where I'll do my potting up. This is where I'll have my seedlings growing on, and so on in the spring. So very pleased. There's an area underneath it, and that will be for, you know, putting some compost in and some other bits and pieces. And you can see I've got weed suppressant fabric down there, as well as having weed suppressant fabric all the way up the middle. This isn't the only way to get out your polytunnel, but this is going to suit me down to the ground. I am pretty convinced. And while I'm in here, just to show you, we've got crop bars, 2 crop bars, so I can be hanging baskets from those if I want to. I could also use them to hang a floating shelf, which I'm almost certainly going to make and do. And again, that will just give me an area for putting seedlings on, particularly things like peas and beans that we don't want mice to be able to get to. I went for the sort of extra storm support. So you get these guys which give an extra support to the join in the hoops of the polytunnel there, although it's really sturdy anyway. But yeah, so that, and then this bar across here, and this, I mean, it is sturdy as get out. If you won't be able to tell, but it just doesn't move. So yeah, the polytunnel itself is awesome. So that's what we have. Well, to say I'm excited about having this polytunnel now is an understatement. I had the little cheap and cheerful one for a couple of years and that did a job, but this is just going to change things. It's really going to help me, particularly with my summer tomatoes and peppers and so on, but also bringing on seedlings and just giving me that extra time at the beginning and at the end of the growing season. So thanks very much, First Tunnels, for making all this possible, and thanks to your team for building it. What a great bunch of guys they are. If you want to see the prep that I had to put in to get the space organised for the new polytunnel, I'll put a link here or here to my previous video where you can see everything that I had to get up to. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.